Talk to the viewers right now about chapter 3 in your book, The 5 Time Assassins, and why that's important.
So when I wrote the book, which I appreciate you asking that question, I wrote down 25 of the people that I loved the most that were entrepreneurs that I knew struggled with this concept the most, right? And as I wrote the book, I would ask myself, okay, and look, my brother was on there, my wife's on there, and my best friends are on there, and then a bunch of other people, right? Near and dear. And I go, as it pertains to these frameworks, these concepts, and the book is, as you've seen, it's not just a time management book. It's actually a bit of leadership book. It's a strategy book. It's a vision book. It's got the pieces to really do what I want people, hopefully sell them on it and get them to implement and execute. And as I was going through these 25 people's names to figure out like what belief system that I need to write about in their story and tool that I need to give them, I realized that some of them didn't fit in the core frameworks I was teaching. So I created these 5 time assassins to kind of like bring all the other ones in there, right? So the 5, because I even tweeted this out this morning. I said, the number one thing, the cheapest thing you could do to buy back your time is just turn off all your notifications on your phone. Like all of them. Like I don't have notifications on my phone. It's such a weird, like yesterday I was getting a photo, new headshot. It's been a while. And the photographer says to me, he goes, how do you like the new Ultra? Right. I'm a Garmin guy, I do triathlons and Ironmans and stuff. And I moved to the Ultra because it's got a battery life. And he asked me about it. And he says, yeah, I used to have it, but all the notifications were distracting me when I was doing my work. And when he said that, I was just like, turn them off, dude. Like that was such a he switched watches because of notifications. And like, it's been a decade now. I just don't, because I build software. I know how great the PhD doctorates are and the engineers that build this stuff. They literally are designed to attention. Oh, dude, the color shade of the red notification jewel on an icon on your phone, it is split tested to the nth degree. Like there's books out there and studies and PhD research, etc. Hooked by Nir Eyal and many others. I lived in that world, right? So the time assassins, and the 5 of them are the staller, the speed demon, the supervisor, the saver, and the self-medicator, right? They were designed to tell people like, hey, even if you didn't hire another person, let's just address where you're losing time. Right? The staller is somebody that hesitates by just not making decisions. One of the most productive things you could do in your life is to be decisive. Like it sounds crazy, but people waste more time by not making a decision than a decision. Right. So that was a big area. I had this bucket of friends. I was like, you guys are stallers. And then the speed demon, right? Rich, I don't know about you, but this is definitely, it resonates with me. And you can be multiple of these. I used to be the guy that would make rapid decisions, like hiring people and partnerships and all this stuff, only to find myself dealing with the downside of those fast speed demon decisions. Because I was like, I'm making decisions in business, I'm moving forward, but I didn't even have any level of like criteria or, it's the people that post on Facebook or like, I need to hire a new designer, or like they have a friend that's like, oh, my friend's a designer. It's like, oh, I'll hire them. It's like, are they the best person? Really? The supervisor, somebody that can't let go, the micromanager. I think we've all been there at different stages of growth, right? But that if you don't do that, you will always be required. The saver is the penny pincher, right? And this one bugs me a lot, Rich, because you probably, this is your crowd, dude. I think it is anyways. And you tell me, but these are people that don't understand that if they want to move faster, they have to make investments, right? You don't get returns on life, on your business, on an outcome you're trying to achieve if you don't make an investment of time or money, right? So like I tell this story about one of my friends. He's running a $2 million a year masterminds, $20K to be in it. And he calls me up because, he hears what we're doing. And he's like, how did you do that? And I was like, well, first off, because he was like frustrated that every event he would do, it just felt like he was like always doing this like show, like how good was the last event? I was like, well, it's because you don't have a framework for what you're teaching. It's just kind of a come and pay me to feel good about yourself, but there's no like framework or process or ladder, right? So I introduced him to this guy, Simon Bowen, who is the expert at doing this. This is like, Simon is the Mozart of models. Okay. He's got a company called Models That Sells. And his response to me was, well, how much is he? And I go, I don't know how much he's going to charge you, because I got a bro deal, because I actually helped him on something, but it's tens of thousands. Like it's not nothing, but it's not crazy. He's like, oh, does he have a book? I'm like, no, he doesn't have a book. He's like, all right, well, let me go search online first and see what I can put together myself. And in that, again, I didn't say anything. Like I'm a weird cat, because here, Rich, I will tell you how I feel, but in person I don't, because I like to be the lighthouse, right? That's the way I resolve things. So I didn't say anything to him, but in my head I'm thinking, how do you have a $2 million a year mastermind that you're about to shut down because you hate it, that you charge people 20 grand, that a guy that you reached out to me and we're like multiple A figures, and I hired the guy to solve the problem, and you're sitting there going, does he have a book?
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
Like, holy moly. I can't deal with that stuff sometimes. And then the self-medicator is the person that, turns to anything like food, alcohol, drugs to celebrate and to deal with stress and to check out. And usually with that comes a lot of downsides in their life that they have. I call it emotional shrapnel, and it sucks a lot of time, energy, headspace, etc. And I seen that amongst these 25 friends where like there was about 6 or 7. I would say, hey, you're a heavy self-medicator. You can't win without saying, we got to go celebrate at a meal, or I got to go have a bunch of drinks. And I mean, dude, that will, and then you got to deal with the upset wife, and then, your kid's upset. And I mean, geez, the most expensive thing is going through a divorce. I mean, you want to talk about sucking your time and energy up. I mean, that'll be a big one. So to me, it's like I had to write this chapter to address the mindset side of things before I teach the tactical, because if I didn't address that, I wouldn't have got people bought in to then say, okay, enough's enough. I want to solve these things.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.